Mike, considering Pakistan has left some of their senior players who are playing in the DBL and come to this side, I mean, how do you sort of rate this performance against the full Sri Lankan side?
Oh, I just thought it was a very clinical performance. I think, we had some bowlers who have worked really well to get into the side, and I was really pleased the way we started with the ball. Just the way we attacked the stumps, we were able to control the game, and then obviously we were able to bring our spin in, and really pleased the way our spinners performed. So, and then the fact Subzada and Sion put on what they did pretty much broke the back of the chase. So it was a very clinical performance, probably outside of a little bit in the field, which was a little bit untidy.
Coach, the fact that you'll be playing all your World Cup games in Sri Lanka, in that sense, how important is this series?
Look, we obviously don't play in Dambulla, and we understand that every pitch is different, but I think the types of grass, the types of clay where the ball holds is important and quite different than Pakistan, where the ball skids a little bit more. So the fact that a number of our players will get the opportunity to play against a very good Sri Lankan spin bowling attack from a batting point of view is going to be a real challenge, and one that we're looking forward to. And that's why we probably promoted a few of our guys who might bat a little bit lower, but they got some good exposure today.
The fact that you're playing two leg spinners today, do you sort of perceive any problems that Sri Lanka are having against leg spin?
Look, I mean, the ball spun today. It wasn't easy. And I think you've got couple of world-class spinners. Shadab's been out of the game for a long time, but we know in conditions like this he's good. And I think it was difficult. They tried to put Shadab off his length early, and he knew they were going to sweep, so he went underneath the bat. So it was a pretty smart bowling. And Abraz bowled nicely in these conditions. So always nice to have a couple of good attacking options.
This, the next two games, there are a few players who are on the bench. I mean, you're looking at giving them also opportunity, or you're looking at winning the series and going for the third game and then giving them.
It is a balance. Obviously with Naseem over here, he's been in great form as well. So it was an opportunity for Naseem and Usman Tariq to have a rest, having played quite a bit, and nice for us to get Mirza and Wasim Jr. into the game. So we would like to mix that up a little bit. And from a batting point of view, we've got a couple of exciting batters, in Abdul Samad and Khawaja Nafe, who's a backup keeper here. So, he could well get an opportunity to keep, just to, give him a little bit of exposure. And Abdul Samad would have played the tri-series if he hadn't got injured. So it'd be nice to get him a game or two as well.
Coach, Pakistan has plenty of good paces, but we can see in the recent matches, spinners are dominating the 7th over to 18th over in the middle 12 overs. So we could see the Abrar Ahmed made a good comeback in the tri-series with Sri Lanka and Zimbabwe, and this match Shadab came after 6 months and gave a good comeback. What is the secret of that? Secret behind that, and what was the game plan of with spinners?
Look, we know that spinners are a strength of ours. We know that we've got not only spinners that control the game but can attack. Mohammad Nawaz has taken 36 wickets this year, averaged 10. So he's we haven't even talked about him. So we're really fortunate with the amount of spin we have. The fact that Shadab, Nawaz are obviously all-rounders, which allow us some flexibility in terms of our balance. And you didn't even see Saim Ayub today, who's number 1 ranked all-rounder in the world. And a lot of that's because he's bowled so nicely. So, we've spent the last 6 months to get all of those guys bowling well, and then ultimately we've got some tough choices to make. But we probably think more about the squad rather than individuals.
So you have some of your top batters, experienced batters, not playing this series. So how do you sort of going to, for the World Cup, balance things when they come back and with these younger players perform well? Is it going to be a tough challenge for you all to bring the experienced batters in as well as try to
Yeah, I mean, the only batter that is not here is Babar Azam, who's been involved in our T20 the last 6 to 8 months. So outside of that, this is the group that we have, and obviously Bubba will slot back in where we need him, and he provides a contrast to our batting group. We've got a lot of stroke players, and Bubba's probably a little bit of that glue that with his technique that brings everybody together. So we obviously are missing him here, but that provides those opportunities for players that might not necessarily be in the 11, but they could be in the 15, or they could be a backup. So those are things that we're working on.
Final question. Mike, given your recent performances and given your spin bowling attack, would you say that looking at the World Cup, you'll be one of the leading contenders?
Look, I'd never say that. When you've got a 20-team competition, but what I would say is, we've made some really good progress as a team, and we've got a lot of self-belief. So we will be arriving at the World Cup as prepared as we can be, but we'll take each game as it comes. Even just to get out into the Super 8s, you've got to play some good cricket, and we know that any side that takes anyone lightly at the World Cup will be exposed, and we certainly don't want to be that.